breaking news station. This is Local 6 News at 11 with Bob Fryer, Jacqueline London, and Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells.
Only on 6, traffic deaths and ghostly images, all connected to a stretch of one of the most traveled roads in Central Florida. Since 1963, nearly 2,000 accidents have been reported there. Locals call it the I-4 dead zone. Problem solver Mike Holfeld is investigating this exclusive.
This photograph is one thread in a legacy of hundreds of highway deaths and ghostly apparitions linked to a small stretch of I-4 known as the dead zone.
Many people drive it over and over again. They have no idea what they're driving over.
Susan Christensen is a medium looking for the truth. She says she feels an unhappiness here, a presence she calls a family of 4.
Twice I've seen 4 orbs cross I-4. They're earthbound, and they feel that their lives were taken away from them.
People are claiming to see all kinds of things. Orbs floating across the highway, apparitions on the side of the highway hitchhiking, phantom trucks, you name it.
But legends aside, the fact is there are graves there.
There's graves there. There's dead people beneath Interstate 4.
Halfway between Daytona and Orlando is the quarter-mile of interstate that cradles the forgotten graves of 4 German immigrants. Charlie Carlson, author of the popular book Weird Florida, had special access to that infamous burial plot. It sat right next to his grandparents' home.
I remember seeing those graves as a kid, and we were warned not to mess with the graves.
The graves date back to the 1880s and a settlement called St. Joseph's Catholic Colony. One of the German settlers, a family of 4, fell victim to a yellow fever epidemic. 2 adults, 2 children, buried on the very spot that has been shrouded in mystery.
So I'm looking at this construction, and you can't help but wonder, are they still there?
Yes, they are still there. In fact, when Interstate 4 came through in 1960, the graves were roped off and marked for removal. But they never removed the graves. Instead, they dumped fill dirt on top to elevate the new highway.
But is there really a connection to I-4 and this dead zone legacy? A check run in 1996 suggested roughly 2,000 accidents and injuries along the dead zone. The Florida Highway Patrol is working with Local 6 to develop new information right now. But Charlie Carlson says the facts he has so far are intriguing.
There was more accidents per year in this section, small quarter-mile section of highway, than in all the other sections of highway between Daytona and Tampa.
They passed away.
Sanford historian Christine Best says she deals with fact, but admits you can't help wonder.
Hearing so many of the stories from other people certainly make you stop and think about it.
Reasonable people would put the dead zone accidents in the column of pure coincidence. But the stories continue to add to this legend. Legend aside, there is one undisputed fact. The graves remain under the I-4 dead zone. Mike Holfeld, Local 6, Problem Solvers.
And tonight, the Florida Highway Patrol is looking into the frequency of the accidents, but the exact locations of many accidents may not have been reported. So troopers may not know how many happened in the so-called dead zone.